Greetings, ladies and germs of planet Earth and beyond. King Zero Phoenix here, and welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. Now, normally in the past, I've done a couple live streams for this particular game, even though those clearly don't seem to get me any love. Which to me is still a shock, considering how fun this game is. But regardless, since obviously live streaming is not exactly my forte, I have decided just to stick to regular uploads of me just goofing around here. Well, I wouldn't say goofing around per se, but you get what I mean. Anyhow, I'm not sure if you caught what's going on since my last time I uploaded a video about this, but I restarted and now I've got a whole bunch of new packs. New crafting tables. These is from the mod of the eco trees, which means I can now actually place certain trees. Like, say, all those giant trees in the redwood forests over yonder, I can now make them and place them. Don't mind the Dimetrodon hanging out under my house. I actually brought that thing here, because I intend to tame it later on. Lucky for me, they don't seem to do much. But thankfully, like I said, I'm a mod player. I like to add mods to the game because it makes things a little less hectic. And this is part of the Ancient Dragons and Wyverns mods. Take a look at that beast! Ooh, just hearing that grump sends a shiver up my spine. And you see what I named him? I mean, come on, just looking at this thing, how can you not remind you of Natsu from Fairy Tail? Interestingly enough, the species of dragons from this mod provided are all named after the dragons found in the Harry Potter films. Like, for example, this is a fireball, and Wendy, my wyvern here, is actually a ridgeback. Yeah, I placed them on the roof of my home, just to make sure they wouldn't try to, run away. Best part about these things, though, while they may not be the fastest mounts out there, they're powerful. This one breathes ice, and believe it or not, I can even fly them underwater. Of course, they're slow as dirt underwater, but hey, what can you do? I just feel so badass writing this. Ah, yes, that is my outhouse. Yes, I actually managed to finally get some working plumbing up in this place. Though, I'm gonna cut out that part, because, honestly, how many of you actually want to see me while I'm crapping on the crapper? Hi, Daniel. Also, don't mind all the blood. The way I have it set up, when I boost their stats, they tend to look like they've been in a nasty fight, so... If you're worried if seeing them covered in blood like that, don't be. They haven't been attacked or anything. This is just a result of me trying to make them stronger. My packies, moss chops. Also, if you haven't noticed, in a recent update there, these are now rideable, which is pretty neat considering you could never ride these guys before. It actually does make harvesting with them that much easier, especially if you're just a rookie in this game. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's not easy having this many creatures because you always have to watch their inventory to make sure they're eating. Because sometimes they will run out of food right under you. Spike and Sally. Well, unfortunately, there is a bonus from having all these creatures. And that's why I always make sure to find their mates. Because then they start with the egg laying. Hi. I'm pretty sure there was maybe a VR version of this. I certainly hope so. My two Tepe Jara. Hello, Ryan. I actually named it after an old friend of mine from grade school. I don't know why, but not like this, but I don't know why. Just looking at it reminds me of her for some reason. I guess Crystal Mycastordis, which is basically a giant beaver. Thankfully, my most efficient wood gatherer. And believe it or not, thanks to her saddle, she also acts as a mobile crafting table. Woohoo! I am fast as F, man. This is my greenhouse as soon as... This is plant species X. These are some of the more bizarre plants you could get in certain areas of the game. Here on the island, you can get this, plant species X. I believe on Scorched Earth, there's plant species Y. I think that's, It actually works as a lasso. And in the latest one, Aberration, there's plant species Z. Of course, I've never actually gotten to plant it or see it, so I have no idea what that does. But anyhow... Got a good amount of compost for fertilizer, and thankfully, I also have these two as perfect. Basically, these things, you feed these guys 2 stem berries, and they'll be crapping for days. I'm pretty sure the developers modeled these after the real redwood forests in California. I mean, just seriously, look at the size of this beast. Oddly enough, though, that's the snappable one. This is just for decoration, but look. You can almost pass directly through it. Of course, that's not the stupid Dilophosaurus. Not the entire pack, I've also got a bunch of new... Interesting, you rarely see Diplodocus around here. And it's just a female Mesopithecus. Let's see. Thankfully another mod of mine I like. The Dino Tracker. Trust me, if you're traveling with a massive pack, sometimes they can get a little lost. Not to mention, you can also use this to track the whereabouts of any wild dinos in the area. Now, of course, they don't give you the exact location, but it still works just the same. There's a male Mesopithecus around here. Preferably avoid the carnivores. He jumped to the top of the list. Must be close. I'm not really sure if that's actually how it works, but that's how I've always, in my opinion. Let's see. One more time. Like I said, it doesn't give you the exact location of the creatures you're searching for, so kind of have to do a little searching on your own. But enough about that. Let's meet the waterborne members of the pack. Hi. Yes. That's one of my Hi, Howard. My Hesperornis. Saber-toothed salmon. Oh, that must be Haley. These are my baryonyx, which are surprisingly more adapted to... Those creatures don't appear to have gills, yet they're perfectly adapted for swimming underwater. I'm not sure if that's how they really weren't, or IRL, but, works for me. Interestingly enough, this is actually looking at a smaller relative to the Spinosaur. Not much is known about it since not too many of its skeletons have been found, but hey. All we do know is that it's among the largest of carnivores out there. Yep, Leonard and Penny. Right, I can't crouch if I'm in the water. And before you're asking, only the male I named after Leonard from The Big Bang Theory. This female, Penny, I named it because I actually owned a Asian box turtle named Penny. Sadly, she passed away a few years ago. A year or 2 years ago, I can't remember. But these are my latest additions. My 2 Beelzebufo. A bonus from... The only reason I'm not these aren't actually water-born creatures. Well, they are, but I don't use them for the water. The reason I'm keeping them in the water is because that's the only place they lay eggs. Well, since they're amphibians. But my actual use for them, I plan on taking these guys to the swamp cave eventually. It's swarming with insects, and those two are natural cementing paste makers. And also, a big bonus for me, they're good at getting rid of insects. Speaking of which, I actually have plans to tame. One good thing about having them all together like this, they actually protect each other. Not exactly the prettiest mugs, I will admit, but... And actually, what I plan on doing actually does involve me wearing this bizarre camo suit, the Gile suit. Also, just so you know, my avatar's not shirtless. This is a birthday suit shirt. Part of the skins I required when you first start the game. Of course, I do also have pants, but I don't really feel comfortable, either me or my avatar, parading around in his birthday suit. Troodons. I don't plan on taming those guys anytime soon. The reason being is that those things require taming them requires them to actually kill some of your tames. So you can imagine that would be significantly less than ideal. I just want the eggs. I do have what it takes to make kibble, though. I recently acquired the recipe. Wow, that's intimidating. I'm pretty sure there are others around here. Let's see, where was I? Ah, yes, that's right. I actually plan on aiming a giant... There's a giant beehive right near where my greenhouse was, and I plan on taming it, so I can get access to that giant honey. This isn't gonna last. I'm going to need these, and definitely that. The rare flowers will keep it tamed. It's a beer jar. I honestly don't think my character can become inebriated. Yep, wall torches too. My little humble abode. Not bad view, huh? Oh dear. 1 second. Sorry about that, my headphones were running low. That's a problem, though, with headphones like these. They last for a long time, but they always run out of energy at the most inconvenient moments. Let's see. Just right there. I got the flour, got the bug repellent. I'll actually plan on saving that beer jar for when I eventually have to tame a Calicotherium, ancient ancestor of the horse, but trust me, they are significantly less than friendly. Oh, how I hate it when this happens. Of course, this is a disadvantage of building up so much speed. You tend to fly off the handle when you least expect it. Ah, there's another one. That's not the one I'm after. I don't think that you need anything to be in your offhand slot to tame them, but just to be on the safe side, because you can't have it in their offhand slot while you go near your beehive, otherwise they start getting aggressive. Where is it? Not gonna lie though, I've always been reluctant to do this because I am terrified. Well, I hate bees. The buzzings. I'm sorry, I need to mute this. I honestly don't know if you can still hear me. You probably can, but the reason I'm muting is because I hate the sound of bees. I've hated it ever since I was a little kid, and I still hate it to this day. Wild giant bee. Back, I say! Back, you pests! Still uneasy to bear with, even with headphones, with the sound turned off. I could try it from a distance. Yeah. Uh-oh. And these little pests are just the drones. Giant bee is right. Look at these things. They're about the size of a Japanese giant hornet. And I've seen the size of those monsters. They're huge. I swear, if any of those ever made it to the United States, you would find me bolting in the opposite direction. I mean, nothing but a smoke trail where my body left. I've still never understood why that is. Oh, holy crap, that's a lot of them. That's a lot of them. That's a lot of them. I tried this once before. While I was out in the wild, I found another one and decided to test out the strength of my wyvern. Come along, Andy. I need you for a second. Here. At least that'll give you your health back. Thankfully, as I recently learned, I can also give them to my creatures. Hmm. Nicely done, Wendy. Now where's that giant bee? Queen. I'm surprised, for an insect that large, it moves surprisingly quick. Oh, I see you. Bessie? Buford? Gotcha. Mother mercy. Name it. What should I name it? Belle. Jesus, look at the size of that thing. Alright, you two. Let's get you back up. That's right, this is the other idea I have. Make it so huge. Can't place on floor? It's always something. No matter. I'll just have to put it right there. And now to make sure it stays healthy, I might as well use up all the rare flowers. Shame with these guys I can't increase their speed, but when you look bad, that's like that, that's an acceptable loss. I'm gonna be needing lots of these in the future. I'm fast as hell. I hate that sound. As long as they're busy working, I don't care. I wonder. I remember seeing one before, but I haven't seen one since. Nope. Guess they've all gone. At least from here. Actually, wait right here. Do you mind, please? Charming. At least as a bonus, I do feel refreshed. And I also get fertilizer out of it. That's always good. Where can I put it? That's... Didn't I get two? Apparently not. Oh dear. Wag. Ah! That'll last a good long while. Just one. You've heard if you wouldn't mind? See? I feed them stem berries, they crap like you wouldn't believe. Producing any more beer. Oh, looks like Wendy's is almost worn off. I spy a Megalodon down below. Nidria. Crags Island. This island is a little more on the dangerous side than the others. Right here. The Raptor Dossier. Common named raptor. Species name? Utahraptor prime. Utahraptor. Same species as this claw. Carnivore, aggressive. Utahraptor prime is an incredibly aggressive subspecies of Utahraptor found on the island. It tends to travel in small hunting packs, attacking smaller prey with its sharp teeth and enlarged foreclaws. One of the faster creatures on the island, Utahraptor often uses their pack numbers to their advantage by swarming around their prey before it can react. The large curved talon on the second toe of this subspecies seems particularly suited for dealing significant damage. I'm not surprised. Utahraptor Prime usually kills its prey with numerous slashing and biting attacks in rapid sequence. Domesticated. Despite its normally aggressive nature, Utahraptors have become one of the primary combat mounts for roaming bands of raiders, as well as scouts for larger collectives. Those who ride Utahraptor claim they are difficult to tame, but then fiercely loyal. As a carnivore, once tamed, they require a steady stream of meat to sustain. Check that out. The Utahraptor. In this game, that's a good creature to have. What's so good about it? Well, it can actually... When it roars, one thing it can do is scare the living daylights out of other creatures, causing them to crap themselves. Anta. A Pelagorn is stuck in the rocks. Let's see. Actually, this... See what I mean, though? I told you, when this thing... and gets in the water, it's slow. Oh, it's dirt. That's right, come to me, Megalodon. Yeah, I get a level up. Let's see. What can I get with this? A Bronto saddle. One thing at a time. I'll take that. Oh great, it's getting dark. Ah, that's handy. Uh-oh, it freed itself from the cracks. But it's staying inland. Can't get a steady shot. Can't get a good shot on it. Not like this, not like this. Just sit down. It's mail. That was not supposed to happen. That's another thing. I have to be careful which creatures I choose. Looks like I can only tame the strongest of the strong now. What do you say, friend? Are you up to snuff? Congratulations, you are. Just give me a quick sec. It's level 4, so... I'm checking the taming calculator. Makes taming them a little less of a pain in the butt. That's it? Awesome, I got plenty. Sorry, Wendy, you're gonna have to give up the fish meat. What's going on? 126 should be plenty. Ooh. This thing was just worthy enough. If it were any weaker, I would have killed it. Now that I'm not... Ooh! Jesus, you scared me! All those multicolored lights in the distance are beacons. Loot beacons. Ever played none of these kind of games, you know. We're a female Pelagornis. I wonder, is that a male? Also, one thing I've also been curious about, I noticed. For some reason when I play this game, I don't seem to be affected by the temperatures anymore. Ooh, if that came actually close... If that thing got closer to shore, I could be able to tame it. Assuming I could get more fish meat from it, that is. Not that I'm necessarily complaining, like I said. It's good that I'm not affected by temperatures anymore. The only time I ever felt any real cold was when I was trying to tame her. Hope you don't mind. Yeah, but I'm starting to get hungry. A wyvern milk. Wow, I didn't think it'd be that satisfying. It's delicious, not to mention it also helps protection from the cold. Not like I can actually feel temperatures anymore. A glitch, perhaps? And again, that symbol, right there where you see, like, right around the lower right-hand corner of the screen, that ARK symbol all started appearing there whenever I activated the dino tracker. Maybe it was part of the update, but now my avatar isn't affected by temperatures anymore. I admit that's not necessarily a bad thing, considering I can now enter the frozen north without being worried about freezing to death. Because before, I could only be there for so long until my health started dropping. But still, it does kind of take away some of the realism of the game. I mean, when you're out in the wild, you always have to be worried about the elements. So... Ooh, trilobite. I could always use its chitin. Of course, now that with my two Beelzebufo and their ability to kill insects, I can get all the chitin I need. Not to mention, I won't necessarily need it as much as I used to, considering I can now use them just to get cementing paste. That being said, I will need the chitin event in the future for possibly chitin armor. I don't... 5 narcotics should be enough. One interesting thing I noticed, the dossiers from the character known as Helen Walker, I think her name is. Helena Walker, excuse me. They noticed something about the ecosystem. The creatures around here are oddly used to being domesticated. Which is bizarre, considering how would creatures of our ancient past be so accustomed to humans that they're actually able to be domesticated by us. Unless, as the reality is, these DNA samples were taken from the original ancestors, and then modified so that humans could be able to do this. I mean, taming to what I'm doing with my wyvern and all the other creatures. Ooh. Nope, you were weak. Sorry, friend. Not gonna lie, that was a little disappointing. Still, though, I wonder why I thought they were the same level, yet how did this one? I guess maybe females are a little more resilient to damage than males. Not surprising, as most Most species on Earth, the females are always tend to be a little more vicious than the males are. Which is odd, because it seems to me, anyways, that case often applies to males rather than females. I'm just saying, both genders are kind of vicious in nature. I see. Weird that I say that. I was actually watching the Smithsonian channel last night about a king cobra. Oh, well, she guarded his mate, but then had to leave to make sure he wouldn't end up eating her. I find it odd, because you rarely see that. I only know of one other creature in nature that has that kind of loyalty to their mate, the albatross. With most other creatures, you rarely see that kind of loyalty. Then again, there is a certain advantage to be had by doing so. By guarding your mate, you also ensure that your next generation gets to live to see the next sunrise. Hello, Pepper. I'm sorry. I can tell you're in a lot of pain, but don't worry, that'll disappear soon enough. Thankfully, I went ahead and made your saddles in advance. Of course, I know I am way too heavy for you to fly. But the least I can do is this. You're full. See, this is the kind of thing all tamed creatures tamed by me now get a massive speed boost. Except for them, I noticed. This place may not actually be real, but you have to admit. Oh dear. Sorry, it's just so dark I can easily get turned around in the sky. Actually, if you're in the sky. Oh, here we are. I just can't wait to get a saddle on you, Natsu. How did... Gotcha. I'm sorry to keep doing this to you, but I don't exactly want you running away just yet. I got big plans in store for you two. That being said, taming them is not going to be easy. I'm not sure what it is, but their torpor drains like you wouldn't believe. Not bad. Oh, no, not bad, I'd say. Little bit of rest. All in all, not bad. I do plan on continuing these ARK games in the future. Perhaps for the next time around, when I decide to record one of these, I'll actually finally take you to Scorched Earth and possibly the bizarre world of Aberration. Ooh, it's like something out of a nightmare down there. Anyhow, thank you so much for everybody so much for joining me on this little adventure. Hit that like button to let me know you enjoyed yourselves. Pound that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing any more. If you're already subscribed, don't forget to ring that notification bell to stay up to date. And I ask that you share any opinions you may have with me down in the comments below. Until next time, this is King Zero Phoenix signing off. Later!